Thanks so much for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. So here's some of the top stories that we're following right now. Crews have been on the scene in southwest Atlanta of where there was a large building fire early this morning. It all started on Murphy Avenue. My colleague Bridget Spencer has more.
And we were just told by firefighters that nobody was hurt, no known injuries. That's the good news here. But now we are able to get a closer look at this building. Now that Murphy Avenue is back open, you can see firefighters are still here on scene. I do want to take you to some video from earlier this morning. You can see the orange glow from some of the flames that were shooting from the roof. This fire, of course, requiring a lot of manpower from Atlanta firefighters to come out here and put it out. Now, within the last half hour, we've also been seeing more and more firefighters kind of circling the perimeter, making sure hot spots are all put out. They say they will likely be here through noon to make sure that the flames are out. We have been seeing them also getting back onto ladders to check on that roof of the building. Firefighters say they're still working on figuring out what caused the fire. Meanwhile, this area, Murphy Avenue, is back open for those who are traveling to work and normally take this way into work. In Southwest Atlanta, Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
Also want to let you know in another top story that we're following, there's a stabbing investigation that is underway right now after a woman was stabbed multiple times at her apartment complex. She is recovering this morning. Police got the call to the Market West Midtown complex in West Midtown. Officers say they found a 44-year-old woman with multiple stab wounds, including a few in her neck as well. And so, again, officers saying that they found a 44-year-old woman with multiple stab wounds, including a few in her neck as well. And this was at the Mark at West Midtown complex. Remarkably, investigators say that the woman is expected to be okay despite being stabbed multiple times, including in her neck. Officers say the stabbing happened after an argument with someone that she knew. They have not revealed that person's identity or made an arrest at this time. They are still investigating, but really a concern because this is not the first violent incident at this complex that Atlanta News First has seen and reported on. Last July, you might remember, we told you about the shooting death of a 26-year-old woman in the parking garage of this complex, this very same complex, Market West Midtown. The investigation into that is still ongoing as well. Another man was shot and injured there last August in addition to all this. So now you've got July, you've got August, and now you've got just this morning. So, 3 different violent incidents in just the last 6 months or so. But this latest incident leaving a woman with multiple stab wounds, including in her neck, 44-year-old victim. Remarkably, she is expected to survive and make a recovery despite even the stab wounds to her neck. We're going to keep following the latest developments on this story as well. Also want to let you know that the high-profile YSL case continues today. If you look over on our special events stream, you can actually find our live coverage on our other channel of Atlanta News First Plus. But this is after an unusually long break, a 3-week long break before the holidays and during the holidays, because one of the co-defendants, Shannon Stillwell, was stabbed in jail in the troubled Fulton County Jail, which has been under scrutiny for the violence there, among other things, and inmate deaths as well. But Atlanta News First reporter Rebecca Schramm tells us that that was just one of many delays in this already record-long trial.
This coming Thursday will mark 1 year since jury selection began in this case. As for that defendant who was stabbed, his attorney says he is doing better by the day. In fact, he will be in court today, the attorney says. This is video of Shannon Stillwell from an earlier hearing. He is charged with murder along with RICO and gang charges. 3 weeks ago, the judge halted the trial after someone stabbed Stillwell inside the Fulton County Jail. There were a number of delays during during the 10 months of jury selection, which was the longest in Georgia history. One defendant, Rodalius Ryan, was removed and searched after suspicion of possession of marijuana. Other antics during jury selection included a potential juror who was jailed for filming court proceedings, a family member accused of trying to pass a defendant tobacco products, even one of the attorneys arrested on charges of simple battery, possession, and disrupting court proceedings. We spoke with an attorney whose client was originally indicted but is no longer part of the case. He says now that the trial has begun, a long break can cause issues with jurors.
Especially nowadays in our social media world, you tell somebody don't look at YSL posts. That in essence is saying do not open Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever, because it is going to be there.
The trial is scheduled to resume this morning with witness testimony. We'll have updates as the day unfolds. At the Fulton County Courthouse, Rebecca Schramm, Atlanta News First.
And another top story that we are following right now, a community really coming together to support the family of a fallen Spalding County deputy. As we have been reporting to you, Sergeant Mark McIntyre was shot and killed while he was responding to a domestic call last Friday. Well, now several local businesses are ensuring that his family is taken care of during this very difficult time. One of the restaurants helping out is the Corner Cafe. The owner there saying that they plan to host 2 different Spirit Night fundraisers just to help this family during their time in need. Let's listen.
I was made a point to come talk to me, or say, hey, how you doing? How's it going? How's business? Things like that. Just, always humble.
And, over the weekend, family and friends of Sergeant McIntyre gathered in downtown Griffin for a vigil. Sergeant McIntyre was a 12-year veteran of the Spalding County Sheriff's Office. Of course, we're going to continue our coverage of his life and unfortunately his death and the investigation into exactly what happened as well. But also just want to remind everyone that, again, if you're interested in following the latest with the YSL trial, we have live gavel-to-gavel coverage on our secondary stream, and you can watch that. Again, that's our special events stream. Again, testimony resuming in the YSL RICO trial after a 3-week-long delay. So just head over to our special events stream if you would like to watch our live gavel-to-gavel coverage. We're going to bring that to you from start to finish here on Atlanta News First Plus. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great day.